By show of hands, who here has a favorite sport? Great. Now we can name 7 sports players. Easy, right? Now name 7 female sports players. A little harder? That's the challenge I wanted to talk about today. Why do we know so much about men's sports, but so little about women's? Why do we hear constant updates about the Premier League, NBA, or the NFL, yet so rarely about the WNBA or the Women's Super League? Is it because women's sports are less exciting? Or is it because we receive far less media coverage? For a long time, women in sports have been underestimated. Though we celebrate incredible female athletes like Serena Williams and Simone Biles, women are still seen as incapable than men in their athletic abilities. Imagine training your whole life for a sport, just to be told you can't play. Not because you're not good enough, but because you're a woman. Let's rewind to the early 20th century, when the idea of women competing in sports was considered crazy. They weren't even allowed to compete in the Olympics. In 1896, when the modern Olympics began, women were entirely excluded. It wasn't until 1928, at the Amsterdam Games, that women were finally allowed to participate in track and field events. Dorcas Nzikuru of Uganda was widely celebrated, our golden girl, who won over 5 gold medals, flying our flag high, until she couldn't. When society's expectations drop by, getting married, having a child, raising a family, very few people can still win gold in spite of that. So what does Uganda do? Forget you as fast as they got to know you? How about Flash? You didn't know Uganda has a Flash? Of course you do. Well, not that fictional male superhero, Central City, I think, but our very own, our outstanding Miss Career basketball player, Flavia Okecho, whom I'm happy to meet every once in a while because her daughter goes to school with me. She's gone through it all. Even at the very top of her game, she contended with several challenges. Here is what a reputable newspaper, The Observer, observed about Flavia Okecho. It is very likely that Okecho also draws inspiration from Ronaldo. She supports Manchester United. The club, Ronaldo, is a legend. So where really does the captain of the Uganda Gazelles draw her inspiration from? She says, God, grit, and pure determination. This is what she actually said. God gave me a talent, and I have to use it. Fortunately for me, God has kept me healthy, and because of that, I've only had to work on my mindset and my work ethic. I believe I can still play competitively, and there's no reason why I should not. Today, she travels the world carrying the same message. Give that girl child a chance to dribble, shoot, and run to her dreams. And as Dean of Students at Victoria University, she paves the way for all athletes, male and female, to the careers of their choice. How about the captain of the Crested Cranes? You didn't know captain of the Crested Cranes. No, I don't mean our beautiful, elegant, humble birds, our emblem. I mean my beautiful, elegant, kind-spoken, and humble coach, Miss Christine Wanyana. Yep, at Seven Hills, you do a good amount of sports every day for more than an hour. And our whole school is happy to learn from Miss Christine. She has a great deal of knowledge and experience, having served as the captain of the Uganda women's national football team. I recently had the privilege of interviewing her about the many challenges she's faced throughout her football journey. At a young age, Miss Christine had a deep passion for football. though societal norms at the time didn't encourage young girls to play the sport. But despite this, she persevered, ultimately rising to become the captain of the Crested Cranes. Even when successful, female athletes still have new challenges to grapple with, from society's demands of looks, weight, when are you getting married, when are you having your first child, to basically husbands and boyfriends taking over the lives of their successful wives and girlfriends. It saddens me that many even get killed in domestic violence. With Al Jazeera writing, "Will I be next?" as the fear of Kenyan female athletes. A moment of silence for our very own Rebecca Cheptegei, who perished just after the July 2024 Olympics. A bright light snapped out. Dead, gone, forever. You see my point? You didn't even know them. You have no excuse for this. You don't need one. I don't blame you. The media, even social media, both here in Uganda and abroad, only tells you what they want you to know. Today you learned that there are gems in women's sports walking among us. I made this speech today to encourage more girls to pursue sports, not just as a hobby, but as a real career. If more young women get involved and invested in sports, we can build a generation of young, talented female athletes who continue breaking barriers and proving that they belong on the world stage. I challenge you to, next time you watch a sports game, make it a women's match. Support women's sports by talking about them, celebrating them, watching them. Be as excited for your daughter's game as you'd be for your son's. The rules are the same. The stakes are the same. The future of women's sports is bright. And I believe if all of us continue pushing for the recognition and equality that female athletes deserve, we can make it even better. Serena Williams once said, "Every woman's success should be an inspiration to another. We're strongest when we cheer each other on." Thank you.